Title: The Ugly Duckling. Once upon a time, in a peaceful countryside, there was a beautiful farm with a lovely pond. In this idyllic setting, a mother duck sat on her nest, waiting for her eggs to hatch. One by one, the eggs began to crack open, and out came fluffy, yellow ducklings. The mother duck was delighted and quacked with joy. However, there was one egg that was larger and took longer to hatch. When it finally cracked open, out came a duckling that looked very different from the others. He was bigger, with gray feathers instead of yellow. The other ducklings and the farm animals couldn't help but notice how different he looked. "Look at that ugly duckling," one of the ducklings quacked. The other animals on the farm laughed and made fun of him. The poor duckling felt so sad and out of place. Even his own siblings treated him unkindly. The mother duck tried to console him. "You may look different now, but you are still my child," she said. But the teasing continued, and the ugly duckling felt more and more isolated. One day, unable to bear the bullying any longer, the ugly duckling decided to leave the farm. He wandered through the fields and forests, seeking a place where he might belong. As he traveled, he encountered various animals, but none of them accepted him because of his appearance. Winter came, and the ugly duckling struggled to survive the cold. He found shelter in a cave and endured the harsh weather alone. Despite the challenges, he remained hopeful that one day he would find a place where he belonged. Finally, spring arrived, and the world blossomed with new life. The ugly duckling, now grown and stronger, ventured out of his cave. He came across a beautiful lake where elegant swans glided gracefully across the water. He admired their beauty and wished he could be like them. Feeling lonely, the ugly duckling approached the swans. To his surprise, they welcomed him warmly. As he looked at his reflection in the water, he realized that he had grown into a magnificent swan. His gray feathers had turned into stunning white plumage, and he was no longer the awkward, ugly duckling he once thought he was. The swans told him, "You are one of us now. You have always been a swan, you just didn't know it." The ugly duckling, now a beautiful swan, felt a sense of belonging and happiness he had never known before. He spread his wings and joined the other swans, soaring gracefully above the lake. As he flew, he saw his reflection in the water and marveled at his transformation. He had found his true identity and a place where he was accepted and loved. The ugly duckling's journey taught him that beauty comes from within and that everyone has their own unique path to follow. He learned that true friends will accept you for who you are, and that sometimes, it takes time to discover your true self. And so, the ugly duckling, now a beautiful swan, lived happily ever after, surrounded by friends who loved and accepted him just as he was.
Hit the like button if you found this useful.